Hello everyone and welcome to All the Way Cyber. My name is Patrick, and in this video we're going to be looking at how to install WSL and how to add a graphical user interface to it. So what are the requirements to install WSL? So we need a 64-bit CPU, we need 4 GB of RAM, virtualization enabled, and Windows 10 19041 or higher. Also we will need to have a virtual machine platform enabled feature. So how do we check if we have virtualization enabled? We go to the taskbar, we right click, hit task manager, then we go here into performance, and right here you will be able to see virtualization either enable or disable. If you have it disabled, then you need to restart your computer and jump into your BIOS and enable. If you have an Intel CPU, you will need to enable VTX, and if you have an AMD CPU, you will need to enable AMD-V. Then you can check your Windows version by doing WinVer, type in WinVer. Once you have that cleared out, then we can go ahead and install WSL. So how do we install it? It is as easy as typing one command, WSL, and it will give you the option to press any key and it will automatically install it, or you can run wsl.exe install. But what this is going to do is that it's going to install WSL with Ubuntu as a default. So in my case, I want to install WSL with Kali Linux. So you can do -d for distro and then Kali Linux. So WSL -install -d without the dash Kali Linux. Then you hit yes, and it's installing. And I forgot to tell you how to enable virtual platform. So you just press start and then type turn, and then press enter. You open up turn Windows features on and off, and then almost at the bottom you will see virtual machine platform. So you need to enable this, click OK, and then you go to go. Okay, it's done. And now it's asking for a username, so I'm gonna do Patrick, K for Kali, and then my password, and then retype it. You cannot see the password when you're typing it because this is Linux, and for security it hides it. So I'm gonna go ahead and install as well Ubuntu. So to see what other distros we have available, we do WSL -list online, and we will be able to see all of the distros that are available. So we can do I'm going to do right now Ubuntu. Here we click on yes. Okay, almost done and ready. So a couple of useful commands so we can know which instances are running. We can do WSL -list verbose, so we can see which are running and which are stopped. So as you can see, both are running, like you can see here, and also you can see my default distro is Kali. I'm going to show you how to change that. And so in order to shut down or terminate one of the instances, you can do WSL -terminate. This is for us to shut down just one instance. So we're going to shut down Kali. Okay, as you can see here, now it shows a message. You can now close this terminal with Ctrl-D or press enter to restart. Okay, so I'm going to restart it. Alright, so now how do we close everything? You might need to do a shutdown whenever you make any configuration change. So you just do WSL -shutdown, and now both instances have been terminated. Alright, so now I'm going to set Ubuntu as a default distro. So in order to set up as a default distro, you do set -default and the name of the distro you want to set as default. Okay, so this might help you. For example, if you go into your documents, you are in, I don't know, whatever folder in Windows, you can do Shift, right click, and then open Linux shell here. It will open up the location in your default Linux distro. So that's really nice. As you can see, I'm in my Windows file system, which is really nice. You can share files between Windows and Linux as easy as this. So that's why you would like to set up a default Linux distro. Right, so whenever you are doing some tasks on Windows, on CMD or PowerShell, and you want to invoke a Linux command, you only need to add WSL before the Linux command. So I can do, for example, nano file.txt, and just create a file with Linux. And it also works the other way around. Let's say we are on Kali. I'm gonna open up Kali, and you can also invoke some Windows apps. Let's say, for example, okay, so I'm here in my home directory, in my local user folder. So I'm gonna open up this folder just by doing explorer.exe space dot enter, and it will open up on that location, which is really helpful. Okay, you can also do task list, for example, .exe, and it will open up your Windows, the Windows processes that you have open. You can do, let's say, so let's say I have Word open, so we can do task list.exe again, and see that we have a Word with this process ID. So we can do task kill.exe, and then the process ID / process ID, the number of the process, / F, enter, and boom, it's gone. Right, so right now we're going to change the networking mode from WSL. So as we saw before, WSL it is sitting in a different network than Windows, on the Windows host. With Windows we are in the 192, and with Linux we are on the 172 network, so completely different networks. This is our local network. So if you want, I don't know, in the future you might want to have local connectivity to your Linux machine. If you're testing like a VPN or something, you might want to use or to be on the same network. So we can do this by creating, if you don't have it already created, a configuration file. So we need to go to this location. We need to go to our local Windows user folder. So it's users here. So we're here, and here we need to create a .wsl config file and add the following information: WSL2, and then networking mode capitalize equals mirrored, and that's it. Now, in order for this change to take place, we need to shut down completely WSL. So we do WSL -- shutdown. Okay. Now we open up Kali again just to check if the IP is now the same on Windows, the same as on Windows. So we do ifconfig, and as you can see, we have the same IP config done on Windows. So this is really nice, and it will come in handy at some point. So now, how do we install the graphical user interface? So Kali Linux specifically, I don't know if any other distro has the same capability, but Kali has implemented a really nice graphical user interface. So we do this by doing sudo apt install -- kali - wingex. We hit enter, our Kali password. Alright, so now it's done. It might have taken a while to download because it downloaded the GUI. So now we only need to do kex, type in our password, and no more than 8 characters. Verify. I do not want a view only password, so press now. Okay, so as you can see, now you have a full graphical user interface for Kali. so you can poke around with any of the applications that it comes with. You can actually install more applications. You just need to do I think it's Kali-Twix, and then you can explore whatever you want. You can install like the top 10 tools or anything else. Right now I'm not gonna do it. Now, how do we close the graphical user interface? We just do click on there, shut down, click no. There we go. So now, how do we back up, or how do we remove a distro? If you want, let's say for example, I want now Kali to be gone, or maybe you break something, so now you want to uninstall it and then install it again. So you just need to do WSL -- on register -- without the dash, Kali Linux. So this, you need to do it from command prompt or PowerShell. Hit enter and boom, that's it. As you can see here, it's no longer there. So now, how do we back up a distro? Well, we can do WSL -- export, but first I'm going to switch to Ubuntu. So I'm going to create a file in our home directory. So I'm going to do nano file.txt. All right, now that's our file. Hello world. Okay, so clear the screen and switch back to CMD. You need to do this from CMD or PowerShell. So now, to export your distro, you just do WSL -- export. Now the name of the distro, Ubuntu, and the name and how you want to name it. I want to switch to the location where I want to save it. So okay, I'm going to change to documents. Okay, I'm going to save it here. So we do WSL -- export the name of your distro that you're exporting, and then how you want to name it. .tar. Hit enter. All right, it's done. Now let's see where it was saved, and as you can see, it's right here, and we can import it into any machine that we want, because this is like the official process from Microsoft. So it will work in any machine you want, as long as you have Windows and WSL installed. So now, in order to import it, well, first we want to remove it, completely remove Ubuntu from this machine. So WSL. Okay, it's gone. Okay, so now in order to import it, we do the command import, how we want to name the machine, where we want to store it, and the name of the file of our backup. So hit enter, and now let's check it out. Okay, now we see that Ubuntu has been imported, but now it's named Patrick because that's the name that we chose. My username, and here is the file, just as it was before, the one that we created before. We exported it and then unregistered the machine, and now we imported it again. So that's how you do that. Alright, so that's it for the video. I really hope you liked it and that you learned something new. So hit that subscribe button and see you in the next video.